All right, what's up guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be having a little bit of fun. We're going to be putting together a tier list. That's right. It's been a few months since my last tier list video, and now OP14 is here, so it's time to talk about what leaders are doing very well and what leaders maybe are not doing as well, okay? So let's do this, guys. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. I will have everything time-stamped in the general description, and I'll have all relevant links and stuff like that in the comments section below. If you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to put those down in the comment section below, or hop on the VV3 Discord. Link will be in the channel description. Alright guys, before we dive into this, let me go ahead and break some things down. Notice what we're working with over here on the left. We have, at the very top is going to be the best cards in their color. Then under that will be really strong, solid options in the meta. And then we have, directly under that, leaders that have some potential. And then we have let them cook. And then, of course, the colon in bracket smiley face. That's a category in and of itself where either I'll put some of the banned cards down there as well. But it's really meant to be like, you know, only legends are going to be able to make the leaders at the bottom tier work. Let's just say it like that. Okay, so let's do this, guys. Let's get right into it. Understand, one more thing I have to mention real quick. These are just my opinion, okay? Nothing in here is set in stone. And if I have a leader in a tier that you just simply don't agree with, is it too high or too low? Say something in the comment section below and kind of plead your case down there. I just ask that you be respectful, okay? We've got we have well over 100 leaders in the game now, so I'm not completely up to date with all of the off-meta leaders, so I'm just going to be going off a little bit of my, previous knowledge on them and maybe new cards that just came out. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, let's do this, guys. Let's get right into it. I'm just going to go right in order here, guys. So we got Green Odin first. I think this leader is in the let them cook category. Okay, and let me say this too, guys. I'm going to try to move through this pretty quickly, especially for any of the leaders that I have under this third tier. So the best in color, the solid, and the potential decks, I'm probably going to spend more time talking about those, whereas everything under that in the let them cook category and the smiley face category, I'm probably not going to spend too much time on those because we have a lot of different leaders to go over. Okay, so after that, after Green Odin in the let them cook category, we got Green Purple Luffy. I think this leader's still completely solid. I think it can compete at higher levels. I think it's a very good leader. Okay, Blue Purple Crocodile has probably just completely fallen off the map at this point. I think the only hope that leader really had was with Jinbei, because it's a 7 Warlords type of leader. So, having Jinbei and cheating out characters, it used to be... I actually thought that this leader had a little bit of potential, but once they got rid of Jinbei, that was kind of, that was probably the first nail in the coffin. Some people might say it was before then, with power creep and whatnot, but now with power creep and Jinbei being banned, yeah, it's kind of hard for that leader to pop off nowadays. Okay, then we have Purple King. That's going in the smiley face category. Edward Newgate will always be under potential because he is a 6,000 power, 6 life leader. He just always resides here, right? If not higher, I don't know if he'll ever go lower than has potential. Okay, then we have Green Hody Jones. We're going to put that under let them cook. Now, another thing, let me mention this real quick, too. I'm not going to have it in any specific order as I'm going through them, as far as, where they stand on whatever, whatever tier they're in. I will try to save that part until the end, where I start breaking them down and actually spacing them out properly. Okay, Red Purple Uda, let them cook. Okay, then we have Red Green Luffy. This is like old technology now. This is not the new Red Green Luffy. This is the one from, I think, OP01 or whenever it came out. Red Green Trafalgar Law. If I'm not mistaken, I saw a championship level list pop up on gumgum.gg with Red Green Law. If I remember, guys, I'll try to put the link to that deck list in the comment section below if you want to check that out. But I guess here we are. This is a leader that I said was absolutely insane when it first came out. or I should say when I first started playing the game, because this leader came out, I believe, in set 1, right before I got into the game in set 2. So as soon as I saw this leader and saw what it could do, I said, this leader is insane, the effect seems broken. And here we are all the way in OP14, and the lowest I'll put this leader is maybe in potential. And that's one more thing I have to mention, guys. I know we're all over the place in this beginning part, y'all bear with me. Anything in this potential category, if the pilot is good enough and if they see enough, like, you know, good matchups, favorable matchups, I could see any leader in the potential category and higher doing very well at a tournament, okay? All right, next up is Calgara. Very solid, especially as we get closer to OP15 with all the new Sky Island support. I think Calgara is already very solid right now. There might be a little bit of better options within yellow we're going to talk about as we get to them, but Calgara, solid now, and looks to get even better in the near future in OP15. Green Carrot, very solid now. It's getting support with EB04, and I think with EB03 as well. Someone help me out in the comment section below if I'm off on that. But Carrot's getting some decent support, and I think that this leader's actually in a very solid place right now in the format. Okay, then we get to Black Smoker. I'm going to have it under potential. Black has fallen off as a color as far as the removal side of things because of another black deck, that being Emu, okay? So I would say that Black Lucci is probably the best black leader that is not Emu or Blackbeard. So I'm going to put Smoker under that because I expect Lucci to be kind of in the solid category. Still a decent leader if you don't have to deal with removal. Okay, then we have Kuro. We're just going to put this on. Actually, I'll put it under Let Them Cook because there was a new card that came out in OP14 EB04 that might be able to help Kuro out a little bit. Who knows? Okay, Blue Purple Hannibal. We'll do the same thing with that leader because they did just get a little bit of support as well. Okay, Purple Magellan. That's going under the Smiley Face category. And so, and actually, I'll put Ace has potential. This mono red Ace has potential. Whoops. This leader does actually have some potential. I'm going to leave it there. Blue Purple Kaido. We're going to put this under the Smiley Face category. This is OP03 Lucci, I believe. So we're going to put this under the Smiley Face category. Arlong has potential. Green Yellow Arlong. Purple Iceberg. Smiley Face category. Yellow Katakuri. I kind of want to put under Let Them Cook or potential. I'll put Yellow Katakuri under potential, and then the yellow and black yellow Linlin under Let Them Cook, because I just think there's better options out there. And again, Yellow Katakuri does actually have some potential. I could see people arguing that this leader's in the solid category. It all depends on what your playstyle is and how much time you want to dedicate to the leader. But I'm going to keep Yellow Katakuri in the potential category for now. Okay, Black Yellow Kairos, Smiley Face. Blue Nami, this leader's banned, of course. We'll talk about the promo Nami when we get to it. Black Yellow Linlin, just like I said with Yellow Katakuri. So Black Yellow Linlin had actually gone down into the Smiley Face category for some time, at least in my rankings, or maybe I had them in the Let Them Cook at the highest. But I think it goes into Let Them Cook now because Yellow has received some excellent support. Better support than we've seen probably ever, you know, for Yellow in OP14 with the Thriller Bark Pirate stuff. Very strong, universal, generically good Yellow support. And I could see Black Yellow Linlin being better than it's been, you know, in some time. Blue Doflamingo has potential. It could probably be in the solid category. This leader doesn't really fall off, I feel like, in terms of power level. I think, yeah, it lost Jinbei and the format's changed a little bit, but I still think Blue Doflamingo has some potential. Green Blue Rosinante, Let Them Cook. Green Black Perona, it has received some support. I know. Excuse me, I know Green Black Perona has received some support, and I'm not saying it's bad, but we need to let them cook. Let me explain. We talked about these top three categories and how I was saying that I think those are the most competitive decks in the format, and like anything that is in these top three tiers, I could see any of them doing well at a tournament, at any kind of tournament. Maybe not winning any tournament, but, you know, doing very well. Top 32, top 64, things like that. Anything in the yellow and green tiers down here, the Let Them Cook or Smiley Face, yeah, we're going to have to let someone figure something out for us to really start putting any kind of trust in any of these leaders here. Okay, and the same thing is true of Green Black Perona, even though they just got that very powerful event that allows them to cheat out a 6 cost and a 4 cost from their trash for 8 Dawn. Okay, then we have Purple Luffy. I think this leader's probably just under solid. I might move... excuse me, guys. I might move some things around as we move on, but I think Purple Luffy's still just very solid. Black Gecko Moria, solid. Very strong deck here. Some of the support it got, I think it was in PRB02, and I think it even got one card from OP14 with that new Ryuma. It may or may not use that card, but either way, Black Gecko Moria, ever since it got the PRB02 6-cost 7K Gecko, I think is pretty decent. Reiju has potential. It's going to largely depend on how strong the pilot is to make this leader work nowadays. Red-green, guys, red-green chopper moving up. I'm going to put it in potential for now, but it probably could go in solid. This leader's doing okay. It's really not doing that bad, and I think it's going to be getting some support here very soon. I think it's an EB03, or maybe we already got it in EB04. I can't remember. Either way, leader's looking kind of decent for once. For me. I know some people have had their faith. They've had faith in Chopper this whole time. Very understandable. Very reasonable position to take, I have to say. Purple Black King, we're going to put this leader in potential probably for the first time since it came out as a leader, because, you know, when it first came out as a leader, I think I had it classified in potential, and then ever since then it just fell down further and further. But there are some new cards that have been printed for Animal Kingdom Pirates that I think can push Purple Black King into the next tier up, whereas before I think I had them in Let Them Cook or even Smiley Face. I can't remember. Okay, Red Blue Marco, I think, just has potential. It's just simply a good leader. But there might be better options that are available, especially for Red Blue Whitebeard, Whitebeard type leaders. I think Marco might be outclassed nowadays. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Okay, then we have Red Zoro. This leader is just always, I'm going to put it just right next to Whitebeard because it just always has potential as a strong aggro deck. Purple Yellow Pudding. I think this leader, I think I had it under solid last time. I'm going to drop it down to has potential for this tier list because as more and more, newer and stronger leaders come out, the new tech comes out, I think this leader has fallen down just a little bit. Red Black Garp, Smiley Face. Blue Ivankov, Smiley Face. Even with the new support that this leader got, maybe I should put it under Let Them Cook. Someone try to prove me wrong. Can Emporio Ivankov pop off now that it got a little bit extra support? You guys tell me what y'all think in the comments section below. Green Blue Sanji, not Zanji, Sanji. That's going in the Smiley Face. Blue Yellow Queen has fallen off. I don't even know if it's in the potential category anymore. I think there's just better options for blue and yellow nowadays, so we're going to put that in Let Them Cook. Red Yellow Bello Betty is still very solid. There's nothing wrong with Bello Betty. Kinemon, I'm putting him right next to Odin. Same idea here where it's like Kinemon and Odin. I feel like it's the same idea with like Zoro and Whitebeard. Wherever you put them, they're probably right next to each other. Green Purple Doflamingo has some more potential than ever. Now that we have the new Purple Doflamingo support, with OP14. Purple Black Z, we're going to put in the Smiley Face. Green Black Isho, I'm going to put under Let Them Cook. I'll put it right next to Perona. Blue Black Rebecca, I'm putting this under the Smiley Face category, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sure you can make something work. Maybe I should put it under Let Them Cook, but I think there's just better options, especially now that we have Blue Black Sakazuki back if you're trying to run a Blue Black control deck. Rebecca does have 5 life and the ability to sort through, cycle through their stuff. I'll keep it under Let Them Cook for now. I don't think it's completely at the very, very bottom just yet. Okay, then we have Purple Yellow Crocodile. I'm going to put this under potential, maybe even the top of potential. Like maybe it should even be under solid because going into OP14, guys, we have O Come My Way. And then going into EB03 in February, we have the 7-cost Nico Robin, and we can redirect attacks into that to just win the game off of. I'm going to put Purple Yellow Croc in the potential category because, for the example I just said with Nico Robin and O Come My Way, and because of how much support Yellow just is getting as a color right now, it seems like Bandai's trying to really push Yellow up a tier, which I think is much needed. So I'm going to put Purple Yellow Crocodile in the very top end of potential, maybe even in the solid category. Enel is probably still like one of, if not the best yellow decks in color. Otherwise, I'd put it next to Calgara in the solid category. In fact, I think we're going to put another yellow deck in best in color we'll get to in a minute. Red Blue Nefeltari Vivi is under solid. This is the new one coming out in EB03. Green Joribani, this is absolutely solid, if not best in color. Red Blue Nefeltari Vivi, this is the one from OP04 or OP05, whenever that came out. I'm going to put this one under Let Them Cook next to Rebecca, I guess, because I feel like this is almost old technology now. Okay, we have to zoom out, guys. We're going to have to zoom out a little bit so I can keep going here. Next up is Black Lucci. I think this deck is just still very solid. Maybe I should have it right next to Gecko Moria, and I might move it around later. I think Lucci would actually be one of the best decks in the format if it were not for another black deck in Emu. I think Emu just outclasses it, especially in the mirror match. It's probably just not close. And yeah, it is what it is. One leader is basically holding back Lucci from still being a very solid leader, at least in my personal opinion. Red-Green Odin. We're going to put this near the top of potential. I'm going to put it right behind Purple-Yellow Crocodile. Because as the format loses more and more removal, Red-Green Odin becomes stronger and stronger. And then we're also seeing a little bit of support come out for this leader as well. I think this leader is completely fine. I think it's probably the best of the Landawano stuff. Red-Green Odin and probably Green-Yellow Yamato. If you're trying to play Landawano, that's probably going to be your go-to. Okay, and that's the next one is Green-Yellow Yamato. I'm going to put it in the potential category right next to Red-Green Odin. Okay, then we have Red-Black Sabo. Is this the, which one is this? There's two different Red-Black Sabos. Let me see where the other one is to see if I can tell the difference on which one this is. They look the exact same. Okay, oh, one has 5 life. Okay, thank goodness. That helped me out big time. Okay, so for this Red-Black Sabo, I'm going to put this in the, I'll put it in the Let Them Cook category. This is the older Red-Black Sabo, not the one from OP13. Okay, then we have Dragon. I'm going to put this under Let Them Cook, guys. Shanks, I think, has potential. I think it's kind of lingering. It's kind of looming in the background, waiting to be unlocked, maybe waiting for a specific meta to take over, and then at that point, maybe Red Shanks can pop off again. Otherwise, it'd be at the very top of Let Them Cook. That seems wrong to put this leader here, so I'm going to put it at the end of potential. You guys tell me what you think about this leader in the comments section below. Purple Foxy, going to the very top of potential, if not in the solid category. Purple Foxy is getting some support in EB04 or EB03. I'm sorry, guys, I get them confused because we're getting all the support so close, so close together with EB04, half of it coming out in OP14 now in January, and then EB03 coming out in February. So I apologize if I'm a little bit off on all the different numbers on all these different cards. So Blue Boa, I'm going to put this under the Let Them Cook category, because we have a new Boa to play now in OP14 with Blue-Yellow Boa, and I think it just completely outclasses the old one. Blue-Black Sakazuki is back, and I'm going to put him next to Shanks here in the potential category. It's still just a strong leader. It's just, what are you supposed to do with all this anti-removal in the format? Now, they did just get the new 8-cost, 10,000 power Jinbei that they can give Rush to very easily. Maybe that will move things around. We'll have to see. But Blue-Black Sakazuki, it is one of those decks that is probably a little bit old technology now. It might be a little bit outclassed by the newer leaders. However, with a good pilot, with the way that leader works and the way that those two colors function together, a good pilot can make that leader work. Okay, next up we have Yellow Vegapunk. I'm going to put this all the way up here in the solid category next to Enel and Calgara. I think that Vegapunk is it had been strong for a while under the potential category, but it has gotten some more support. Well, I should say it's getting new support. For us, it's going to be in April. Very confusing. It's part of EB04, but it's part of the second half of EB04 for us over here in the West, which we will get in April, I believe, with OP15. Very confusing, I know. Okay, but Vegapunk, I think, is in the solid category once it gets some cards like Borsalino. All right, then we have Red-Yellow Joribani. That's going up to Best in Color. I think that Red-Yellow Joribani might be the best, I'm going to call it the best red deck in the format. That might be controversial. I don't know. It's at least, it's a red and yellow leader, but the way that it buffs its power, it doesn't really focus as much on the life gain aspect of the color combo there with red and yellow. It's more about the power buffing, which that's part of yellow as well, to be fair, like what we saw with the Three Brothers ST13 Ultimate Starter Deck or whatever it's called. We haven't seen that in a while, though. I'm gonna actually just say that I think Red-Yellow Joribani is going to be a very good deck, first of all. And second of all, I'm going to just tie it more into the red colors in this game. Okay? Maybe it's yellow too. We'll see what happens as we get to all the top, the different top leaders that I have up here in Best in Color. Okay, next up is Emu. Well, that's easy. That's going right to Best in Color for black. That is the best black deck in the game, but there is a new contender as well we'll have to talk about. Green Purple Limb, very, very solid leader. Green Purple Limb continues to surprise me and just be a good, strong, solid leader. I don't know how to explain it. I guess it's just so good at cheating out 5-cost characters on the cheap for only 3 Dawn while ramping. It's just allowing you to get so much advantage in that way. I think Green Purple Limb is just still a very solid leader. Okay, Blue Crocodile, I'm going to put this under Let Them Cook. I just think it's a leader that's... I really like this leader. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not really a blue main. I'm a yellow main, and then black is my second favorite color. But my third favorite color is blue. And I just see something in this leader. Like, someone needs to figure this one out. Let them cook. Let them figure it out. And maybe this leader will be good one day. Who knows? Either way, it's probably for most people in the smiley face category. But I'm going to have a little bit of bias for this leader and put it under Let Them Cook. Red Green Smoker, I think, just remains in the solid category. It's just a very, very powerful leader effect. Red and green are not my favorite color combos, but there are some good, there are tools at Red Green Smoker's disposal that they can use to do very well. I think in probably just about any format. It's like, how do I say this? Remember what I was saying with Black Lucci? The entire identity of Black Lucci is around removal. So if the format shifts around a bunch of decks that have a lot of anti-removal, well, sorry, Lucci just can't do anything against that, right? Well, with Red Green Smoker, I don't think it really cares what kind of format we're in. It's just a generically strong, solid leader that can do a lot with red and green. It can do all kinds of different stuff. Green with resting things down, red with rushing. It's just, I think it's probably just like one of the best, if not the best, red-green leaders in the game right now. Okay, next up, Purple Shanks. That's going under the smiley face category. Purple Black Luffy. I almost want to put this under the Let Them Cook category, but I know that's going to frustrate a lot of people. I'm sorry, guys. It's kind of just where I have this leader. I'm going to put it at the bottom end of potential. Maybe we just need to figure something out here. I just don't see it. I feel like this leader has been left in the dust, and I feel like there are so many better options in the game to run over Purple Black Luffy. For black, you have what we just talked about with Emu, and then purple we haven't got to yet. If you just like if you want a purple Straw Hat Luffy type of deck, well, you can go blue purple Luffy. So I kind of see it as like that leader's just fallen off a little bit. And I know they're very different decks, don't misunderstand me. I'm just saying I feel like there's better options. And yes, guys, I would rather run the mono purple Luffy over purple black Luffy, I think. I'd rather have access to the 5 life, and I'd rather just be on that set game plan of like, yeah, I'm going to ramp it on every turn, flood the board with like the 7-cost Luffy Taro, and go from there. That's just me. If you want to move it around, I totally understand that. Okay, now we get to Red-Green Luffy from OP14. I think this is a solid leader. I think this or Red-Green Smoker are probably the best Red-Green leaders in the game right now. So if you like Red-Green as a color combination, Chopper's very good, and so is Trafalgar Law. But I think the top two right on the right there, Red Green Smoker and Red Green Luffy, are probably your best bets, at least in my personal opinion. Okay, next up we have Red Black Sabo. I think this leader is absolutely solid. I'm going to push it to the very top end of the solid, side of things. A very, very strong leader. And we got to zoom out again, guys. There's just so many leaders in the game now. Okay, so Red Black Sabo, I have him at the very top left here, trying to break into best in color. Maybe he's the best red leader, guys. We'll see. Let me put him at the very top here. We'll try to figure that out later. Okay, then we have Purple Yellow Nico Robin. This leader is for sure in solid, in my opinion. I'm going to put it up here with the other yellow decks. I think Purple Yellow Nico Robin is only going to get stronger and stronger as more and more yellow decks get stronger and stronger, right? Because Purple Yellow Nico Robin has Banish built in. And Purple Yellow Nico Robin has the keyword Straw Hat. So they can run Gum Gum Giant. They have yellow. They're getting a lot of this new yellow support. I think Purple Yellow Nico Robin is in the solid category right now. And I do think it still needs to be figured out a little bit and mastered. But I think there's a lot of potential for Purple Yellow Nico Robin. Okay, then we have Marshall D. Teach. This is probably up there with Emu for like best in color. You know, they do different things. I'm going to put it down here in the solid category for now because I think Emu is just firmly the best black, color leader in the game. And there's one other leader I'm going to have in there with him once we get to it. But yeah, I think Blackbeard is trying to knock at the door of best in color still. I think the leader's still solid. Okay, next up is Red Blue Ace. This is probably the best blue leader in the game, but it does have red as well. But I'm going to say Red Blue Ace, no surprise here. This leader is just incredibly solid. Obviously, it's part of best in color, part of best in class, right? Okay, then we have this promo Luffy. That's going in smiley face. Then we have Red Purple Luffy. Red Purple Luffy going into EB03. Or no, excuse me, going into OP15 with the second round of EB04 cards. I think red purple Luffy goes into the solid category, guys, because we're getting the new 7 cost 9,000 power Zoro that buffs your leader. So that's going to allow red purple Luffy to go, okay, 7 cost Zoro on 7, obviously. Go up to 8,000 power, and then on 9 they can go straight to 10, and then play out the 8 cost 10,000 power Roger, and now you're back up to 8,000 power. So I think red purple Luffy is going to be very solid, very good going into OP15 for us over here in the West. We have to wait for the second round of EB04 cards. Otherwise, he sits down here in potential, waiting for his chance to get into that solid category. In fact, I'll just keep it at the top of solid until it proves itself, right? But I think it's definitely knocking at the door of solid. Okay, red blue Caesar Clown, let them cook. Purple Kaido has real potential. Where did King go? I'm going to put Purple Kaido right next to King because they just got some really powerful Purple Animal Kingdom Pirates stuff from OP14 EB04. Red Purple Trafalgar Law, that's going down here under banned. And now we got to zoom out again, guys. Hang on. We got to zoom on out. There we go. Next up is Green Eustace Kid. I'm just going to put him under the smiley face category. I think his time is over. This was a strong leader for the longest time, but I think Mono Green Eustace Kid, I think his time's just done. Okay, now for best in color for yellow, ST29 Luffy, yellow, mono yellow Luffy. This is a 5,000 power, 6 life leader. Extremely solid, at least in my personal opinion. I think this will become the best mono yellow leader in the game. I do not have the newly revealed OP15 yellow Luffy in today's list. But I would have that in the solid category. I would actually have it under this yellow Luffy, personally. Some people might disagree with that, and that's fine, because I know, they're probably thinking, yeah, but you can come up with the 10 cost 11k Russian L, blah, 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 blah. Very solid, no doubt about it, but I just like this Luffy a little bit better. But who knows? We haven't even seen all the support yet for OP15 with Sky Island. That might change my mind on everything. I mean, that might change my mind. It might make me put NL back in the top category. We'll have to see what happens there. Okay, Blue Buggy, we're going to have him at the top of potential. I think he's fine. Or we could just put him next to Doflamingo. We'll put him above Doflamingo. Why not? Like, Buggy's just in the potential category. We'll have to see what happens with this leader moving forward. Purple Yellow Rosinante actually has some potential now. This leader was struggling for the longest time, but it's been getting support set after set after set. And now I think Purple Yellow Rosinante is actually in a decent position. It's stronger than it has been for a while. I do need to revisit this leader very soon. I get a lot of people requesting for me to cover Purple Yellow Rosinante again. So maybe it's about time to revisit that leader. There's a lot of leaders to revisit, if you guys can't tell on this chart here, right? Okay, next up is Blue Purple Sanji. This leader, very solid. I'm going to push them to the top ends of solid. They are almost in best in color. And I think once we have the combination of EB03 with EB04 for Blue Purple Sanji, it might be a different story. This might become like one of the best decks in the format, if it's not already. Tell me what you guys think about Blue Purple Sanji. Is this leader about to break into the best in color? There is one thing holding the leader back. It's a very technical, hard deck to pilot, so I think a lot of people try to stay away from that. And it's the type of leader, that you need to be very comfortable with the entire format and know what to expect from every single leader. And it's kind of hard to play. Sorry if you guys hear my stomach growling. Guys, I'm getting a little bit hungry. Y'all bear with me. But Blue Purple Sanji is kind of hard to play, and it's not like an orthodox standard deck. You have a lot of events in there, and you're basically filling up your trash to pump your board. Awesome, awesome leader, though, and it's getting very strong with all the support it's been getting. Blue Kuzan. We're going to put him up here, guys. We're putting Blue Kuzan. We'll put him next to Nefeltari Vivi with the blue stuff here, or like at least the half blue stuff there. Blue Kuzan is very, very solid. I don't know if Kuzan has busted into the best in color just yet, because Red Blue Ace does exist. Blue Purple Sanji, I think, is just a little bit better than that leader too. Maybe not. Maybe the mirror match could fix that. Or not the mirror match, but the matchup against each other could fix that. But tell me what you guys think about Blue Kuzan. Is he in the best in color category? Is he almost there? Because it did, Blue Kuzan did just get some support from EB04, and he gets more in EB03 with Issaka, right? We'll have to see what happens there. Red Purple Roger, very solid. I'm going to put him right next to Red Green Luffy. I don't have a lot to say about Red Purple Roger, if I'm being honest, guys. I think the leader's still just very solid. But Who knows? Maybe it's... I think it's going to come down to which red-purple leader do you think is better? Red-purple Roger or red-purple... what's his name here? I almost said Eustace Kid. We're about to get to him in a minute. But no, red-purple Luffy. Okay, then we have red Sanji. There's some potential here. I'm going to put him at the top of potential. Actually, I'm going to put him next to this red card here. We'll put him next to... we'll move all these red cards next to each other. I'm going to put Sanji right here, guys, because I think he has potential, but I do think he's going to be a little bit outclassed by the solid and best in color stuff. Okay, yellow Bonnie. We'll put Bonnie up here in the solid stuff for yellow. And, you know, maybe that's one of the big problems with yellow right now. There's just a lot of really solid yellow leaders and none that are just simply in that best, you know, best in slot category. I mean, yes, we're going to have one, you know, we're going to have some best in color yellow leaders up there just because of the way I've set up this tier list. But I think maybe that's the problem with yellow is that it just hasn't, there's no combination of cards just yet that helps it push into that best in color category. Or, you know, top of the meta category, I should say. Okay, red, purple Law. We'll put this next to the other one. This is the promo Law. Not very good, unfortunately. Then we have starter deck Luffy. That's going down here next to starter deck Eustace Kid. Yellow Eustace Kid. I'm going to put this in solid. Some people might have a problem with that. I just think the leader's still just good. I don't think it's broken or anything. I don't think it's the best, but I think it's still just a solid leader. And if I were trying to make a mono yellow deck, I don't know. See, guys, that I will say we're going to put it under the... We're going to drop him down to potential until someone can figure that out. See, but now I want to move some of these other yellow ones down. We're going to leave him in solid for now. Eustace Kid. What do you guys think out of all these yellow leaders? There's all these different yellow leaders that are all, in my mind, they're all around the same category, but they do it in different ways, right? Like, Vegapunk. He has this ability to do all kind of shenanigans with the one-cost leader effect where he can either flood the board with it early on or get life back. Bonnie has like this aggro approach to yellow. Enel has like this control approach to yellow. And then Eustace Kid and Calgara have this mid-range approach to yellow. And I think the same thing for yellow Luffy. But I don't know. You guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Okay, red, purple Eustace Kid. I am going to put them under potential, that's for sure, because they are getting some support in OP. I'll actually put it right next to red, purple Luffy because it is getting some support in OP. I think it's a OP15 for us. No, actually, I think we get it because we get the green, blue, and purple cards. So I think we get the support from this now for, or maybe it's an EB03. Whatever the case is, we should be getting some support for Eustace Captain Kid very soon, and it could give this leader some extra help that it needs. Okay, we got to zoom out again, guys. Here we go. We're almost done. Don't worry. So, all right, so there are two different black Luffy leaders. I always get their pictures confused. I believe this is the one where if you KO a character, you get to attach a Rested Dawn to your leader. We're going to put that, if that is this one, which I think it is, I'm putting that under the smiley face category. Then we have ST21 red Luffy. I'm going to put this under Let Them Cook. Then we have green Uda. Again, Let Them Cook. I know green, I'll put it at the top of Let Them Cook at least. There we go. I know green film just got a ton of support, but I don't know if it's actually the support that's going to... I think it might just be the leader effect. Your leader effect is just helping you draw cards, but a lot of the cards within film don't interact with your opponent's side of the board, so they're not exactly helping all that much. Hang on, let me scroll up a little bit so you guys can see. There we go. So yeah, I think Green Uda has problems on a whole nother level. It's not so much the character support, it's actually that your leader doesn't help you interact with your opponent's side of the board, and the film stuff you have to build the leader around in order to get the draw card effects. A lot of the film stuff doesn't really touch your opponent's side of the board all that much, so I think that's its main problem there. Okay, Red Yellow Sabo is actually, I mean, I'm tempted to put Red Yellow Sabo under solid. The new Thriller Bark Pirate stuff that came out in OP14, I do think actually just strictly improves Red Yellow Sabo and turns it into a very, very strong deck. I'm going to leave it there for now. You guys can yell at me in the comment section below if you want to. And remember, guys, I don't really play Red Yellow Sabo as much as I used to, but I will say this, the Thriller Bark Pirates package and some of this new support coming out for yellow and red. Remember, guys, red's getting some support as well to help with the red-yellow leader, the new EB04 leader, Jory Bonnie. And guess what? Red-yellow, probably almost all the support that's coming out from Bonnie, I don't want to say all of it, but a lot of it can also go over to Red Yellow Sabo. So I do think Red Yellow Sabo has entered into the solid category. I'm going to put Nico Robin next to Red Yellow Sabo, and next to Eustace Kid. These are kind of, we'll call these VV's special choice selections here for leaders I think are very good, even though some people might disagree. Okay, next up we have Red Trafalgar Law. This is going under Potential. I'll put him right next to Luffy here. Green Mihawk, Smiley Face. No, I'm just kidding. No, this leader all the way to the top, and we'll move the rankings around in just a bit here. Yeah, guys, Green Dracula Mihawk is just absolutely very, very strong right now. Or is this Zoro? Hang on. Sorry, guys. This is Green Zoro. My apologies. I know. My bad. I saw the Zoro picture. Excuse me. I saw the Dracula Mihawk in the top right corner of the picture, and the pictures are so small right now. This is Zoro. I'm going to put him under Solid right next to Blue Purple Sanji, where they probably could be in the best in color spot. We'll see how things end up when we're done. Black Yellow Koala. I think this leader's still completely solid right next to Purple Yellow Nico Robin. Red Promo Uda. That's going in the Smiley Face. Okay, then we have a new promo leader to talk about. It's Ace. It's Luffy, Sabo, and Ace. I can't remember the order it's in. I'm going to put this under Let Them Cook until someone can figure something out with this leader. I'm not sure if it's going to be good or not, but I think it's a promo leader coming out. I'll try to talk about that in another video, in a future video. Okay, Rainbow Luffy. This is just for sealed events. Red Purple Sugar. Under Potential. Red Purple Sugar up here with all these other Red Purple leaders is under Potential. I think it ever since it got some of the purple support from OP14 with the Don Quixote Pirate stuff, maybe this leader is going to be able to do something. You guys tell me. I think it might be getting close to its time to shine. Blue Black Sakazuki. This is the promo one. Not so hot. We're going to put that under Smiley Face. Green Yellow Law is still a solid deck, but it's starting to fall off. I don't know what's going on there. And Green Yellow Law is getting support. I just think that whatever it's trying to do with the way that it burns up its own life, it's like it's not going to do well into the new format or something. Maybe it should go under Potential. I'm not sure. Because if you're going against a deck like Blue-Yellow, we haven't got to it yet, but Blue-Yellow Boa, well, they're just going to burn up your life now by blocking. You can't even stop it. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. We'll have to see. I think Green Yellow Law has a lot of potential, even though I'm not putting it under the, I'm putting it one step above Potential because the leader is still very strong. Okay, Black Crocodile. I'm going to put it next to Emu as best in color that's not Emu, okay? Because some people might not like the playstyle of Emu. I think Black Crocodile is up there in the best in color for Black in the game right now. Okay, Yellow Lin. Where did I put Katakuri? I think I put Yellow Katakuri somewhere here in the Potential. Yeah, Potential. So I'm going to put Yellow Lin next to Black Yellow Lin under the Let Them Cook tier. Blue Black Usopp. I want to put it under Potential, but it's not really doing very much. I'm going to put it under Let Them Cook. Maybe someone needs to figure it out. I'm going to put it next to Blue Black Rebecca because now that Blue Black Sakazuki is back right here, I don't know. Is it worth running? Is it even worth running Blue Black Usopp anymore? I have no idea. Now we have Blue Black Sakazuki. Okay, then we have Mono Black Sakazuki. I'm going to put under Let Them Cook because this is just a fun leader to play. It does get outclassed pretty hardcore nowadays. Maybe it should be in the Smiley Face category. Fine, I'll put it there for everyone. I'm sure people thought that, and I'm not really... I do have a special place in my heart for this leader, guys. This was the leader that got me into the game. I got into the game during Set 2 with ST06. Absolute Justice. Mono Black Sakazuki when Black got first introduced to the game. So I'm going to put it under Smiley Face category right now because of Emu being in the game. It is what it is. Okay, next up we have Black Yellow Luffy. I'm going to put this at the very top of Has Potential. I'm even tempted to put this into Solid because a lot of the yellow support can go into this leader because there's been a lot of yellow Straw Hat Crew support. Well, guess what? That's what Luffy is, okay? So we can benefit from all those. I could see Black Yellow Luffy jumping into the solid category, to be honest, guys. We'll have to see. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Green Blue Zanji, absolutely a solid leader. It's just the way that it's built and the support that it has. I think this leader is just solid going forward unless something crazy happens in the meta. Mono Blue, Ace and Newgate. I'm going to put this under Potential. I know there is a diehard group of people that really love this leader, and they usually You know, they usually give me crap for putting him too low or whatever. Hey, it is what it is. I think last time I had this leader under Let Them Cook. I'm going to put it at the bottom end of potential. Tell me what you guys think about this leader. It's kind of like the same, for me, it's the same idea as Red Blue Marco, where the leaders are very, very good. And yes, they have different, you know, interesting things they can do that whatever, you know, other leaders might not be able to do. But why would I want to run anything that is blue and Whitebeard Pirates right now if it's not red, blue, ace? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me. Okay, then we have green Jinbei. I'm going to put this under wherever Hody Jones is. Yeah, it's going in the same category as Hody Jones. Mono yellow Yamato. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to put it under Let Them Cook. Maybe people can make this leader work one day. I had this leader under Smiley Face for the longest time, but now that all this new yellow support has come forward here, we'll give her another try. Okay, best in color for purple. Here we go, guys. Blue, purple, Luffy. Blue, purple, Luffy is still one of the best leaders in its color types. Maybe not as much blue because you have red, blue, ace. But I'll tell you what, for purple, this is probably going to be your go-to. We'll talk about Doflamingo in a minute as well. Okay, then we have red, Silver's Rayleigh. Very top of solid. I might move this into best in color when I start refining things and fixing things up. Blue, yellow, Nami. Very top of solid. This leader is very, very good. I think it does get slightly outclassed, though, by a new blue-yellow leader in Boa. We'll talk about in a minute. Blue-yellow Ace definitely has potential. I'm going to put them right under Solid, right next to black-yellow Luffy. They just have a lot of potential. Here's the only bad thing about Ace. So it's a blue-yellow leader, right? So you'd think, like, oh, but yellow just got all of this really good support, or it's getting all of this really good support. It's like, yeah, but the Thillerbark Pirate stuff that I was referencing earlier for good yellow support doesn't really go well with Ace, unfortunately, which is really unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. So I still have blue yellow Ace as potential. You know, it has a lot of potential, but I don't think I can push it higher than that right now. Okay, purple Katakuri, I'm going to put at the bottom end of potential. Blue yellow Boa at the very top up here with best in color. Mono blue Jinbei is definitely a solid deck. I'll put it next to green blue Zanji. Green Dracula Mihawk. Here we go. This is the card, this is the leader I thought I had earlier with when I had green Zoro. Dracula Mihawk, probably the best green deck in color right now. The best green deck in the game, I think. Green Yellow Shirahoshi has some potential. It's been getting some support. Red Black Kobe has potential. It's also getting a lot of support. I could see this leader moving up quite a bit. We'll see. I'm going to put it between Ace and Luffy here. Purple Doflamingo is probably your go-to best purple deck in the game right now. And then, so here's the other Luffy. I'm going to put this under Let Them Cook. I think this is the Luffy that can get 6,000 power if you have like an 8 or 9 cost character on the board or higher, something like that. I can't remember. I'll put that one under Let Them Cook. And then we have Black Yellow Gecko Moria under Solid. And then we have Nami, the new promo Nami, under Solid. Okay, that's all the leaders. That was a lot of leaders, guys. Now, I'm going to start messing with the list. Understand everything down here, guys. I'm sorry, we're just going to have to get rid of that because now we're going to focus on the top 3 more than the others. I'm probably going to make some last-minute adjustments here. So let me zoom in real quick. We're going to zoom all the way in so we can fill up the screen with this. There we go. So here's the main stuff I think you want to focus on if you're a more competitive player. Behind my camera, guys, we have purple Doflamingo, green purple Dofi, and purple yellow, what's her name, Pudding. Okay. Now, for the best in color stuff, this is the main focus here for all the competitive players out there. If you're trying to play something that's just mono red and go crazy with that, I think your best bet is going to be Silver's Rayleigh, if you're trying to play mono red. And then after that would probably be like red, yellow, Bello Betty. I'll put her right here for now. And then you also have a decent option in red, black, Sabo. Red, black, Sabo, and even red, purple, you know, red, purple, Roger. You have some options there if you just want to play red. I'll put those up here for now. Okay, but I think the best mono red option in the game right now is definitely still Silver's Rayleigh. If you want to go away from there and play some of the other stuff that still is like red themed, of course we have red, blue, Ace. And then we have red, black, Sabo, and red, purple, Goldie Roger. I'm spending a lot of time talking about red. Oh, and also red, yellow, Bello Betty. We actually have like the whole combo there, don't we? We have red, everything but red, green. I guess if you want to run red, green, you have, I think I had it up here. We have red, green, Luffy. We'll put that up here. And then also maybe even red, green, Trafalgar Law. but hear me out, guys. If you're trying to play red, red doesn't have like the best... red is not in the best spot right now as like an individual color, but it is comboed well with something like all the red leaders here, whether you want to go red, green, blue, purple, black, and yellow. Red is actually a very strong complementary color in the game right now, but it's not the strongest mono color in the game right now. If you're trying to stick to just the best mono color red leader in the game, I would say going with mono red Silver's Rayleigh is probably going to be your best bet moving forward. But otherwise, if you just want to play a deck that is red, but also dips into, it's fine if it dips into other colors, you can go with red, blue, ace. And that is a very strong leader. But here's the nice thing about red, if you don't mind dipping into other colors, you actually have all the other options available, where you have a red, green, a red, blue, a red, purple, a red, black, and a red, yellow leader that are all pretty decent if you're just trying to play red and you want to have something that fits your play style. If you like the more aggro stuff, you can go with red, Silver's Rayleigh, and red, yellow, Bella Betty. Or I would even recommend red, yellow, Sabo. But then if you like the more mid-range type of decks, you can go with red, green, Luffy, red, black, Sabo, and you know, let me just say red, green, Luffy, and red, black, Sabo. But if you like the go tall decks, red, black, Sabo is still kind of in that category, but then you have red, purple, Roger, and red, blue, ace. So red has a lot of options as a complementary color, but not the best options as a mono color, right? Okay, so that was red. Now let's just keep going in color, or going in order. Let's go over to green. So guys, green has some very, very set, strong options right now. If you're trying to play a strong mid-range deck with some control elements, green Dracula Mihawk is going to be your go-to leader, right? Very strong mid-range deck that curves out and has control elements built in. Really, really competitive deck going into OP14. And then if you just like more of just strict, like hardcore control, just straight up control, well, you're going to have access to mono green Jory Bonnie. Green Purple Luffy is also very good. It kind of fell down here, and so is Green Zoro. These are both still very good. I would say Green Zoro is going to be more of an aggro flavor, an aggro style deck with some tricks built in. And then Green Purple Luffy, it mixes with the color purple, but it has the ability to, you know, pretty much go mid-range. It kind of fills out the board and has a lot of 7,000 power attacks. Very, very solid leader in general. Okay, then we have, so that's green. Now moving over to blue, we have quite a few leaders to talk about in blue right now. Okay, let's move it like this. So we have red, blue, ace. I think most people would consider red, blue, ace more of a blue deck than it is a red deck, to be fair. But hey, here we are, we're in blue, so we'll talk about it again. Red, blue, ace, blue, purple, Luffy, and blue, yellow, Boa. Yeah, they're just all really good right now. I would consider Boa more of a yellow leader, so I'm going to move that over here next to this Luffy. Let me move this all around. We got to move stuff all around in here, guys. So I would consider red, blue, ace, and blue, purple, Luffy like your best go-to blue representations. And most people might even consider blue, purple, Luffy more of a purple deck because of the ramp and going super tall on the board. But it does use cards like the 9-cost blue Secret Sanji to cheat out characters from the top of your deck, which is very much a blue character and a blue effect. So, you know, for blue, you do have some good options, but it's kind of in the same ballpark as red right now, where blue is just an incredibly solid complementary color, right? If you're trying to play just a mono blue deck, you're probably going to want to go with Kuzan. This is your best bet unless you want to go over into an alternate win condition in the form of blue-purple, or excuse me, in the form of promo blue Nami, okay? Which is a good deck as well, but it's an alternate win condition where you mill yourself out of the game. So Kuzan, probably your best go-to mono blue leader in the game right now. That, or I don't know, maybe Buggy or Blue Doflamingo down here in the potential tier. You guys tell me what you think about that. But I think blue Kuzan is probably your best mono blue leader in the game right now. But if you're fine with playing blue in another color, you have a lot of options at that point. You have red blue with Ace. You have green blue with Zanji down over here on the right. And then you have, so red, green, or excuse me, red, blue, green, blue, blue, purple, you have Sanji and blue, purple, Luffy. And then purple, or blue, black has Sakazuki. We had that under potential, like way down here, if you want to mess with that. But blue, black is not the strongest combo right now. It's been stronger in the past, obviously, but it's still not bad. But then you have, with blue, yellow, you have access to Nami and Boa Hancock. Okay, so blue's in a pretty decent spot. Okay, then moving over to purple, we already talked enough about blue-purple. Luffy, very solid deck in the format right now, especially now that we're getting access to the promo Roger. That was kind of the missing piece we needed to make blue-purple really start running, right? Excuse me. Okay, then we have Purple Doflamingo. Purple Doflamingo, I don't think is necessarily... remember, guys, this is not S tier, S minus, A tier, B, C, whatever, right? This is just best in color. Understand what this says right here, guys? This is not, you know, S tier necessarily, because I actually think that Rayleigh is probably an A tier leader, and the same thing with Purple Doflamingo. I think they're more of like an A tier leader, but again, I want to have options for everyone to play based on what your favorite color is or favorite color combination is. And in the case of purple, if you're just trying to play a mono purple leader, I think that Doflamingo is probably your best option. And the next one would probably be purple Luffy or purple Katakuri, which is down here at the bottom middle. Maybe purple black Luffy, I don't know, or any of this red purple stuff if you don't mind dipping into other colors. Now, speaking of dipping into other colors, you do still have access to blue purple Luffy. He has plenty of purple, you know, stuff going on there. The purple 8 cost 10k Roger we already talked about. There's ramp built in, which is a purple mechanic. So you have a lot of stuff in blue-purple Luffy. If you just want to play a really competitive deck that has purple in it, you have access to Luffy. You have access to red-purple Roger over here. You have access to blue-purple Sanji, which is a really solid deck as well now. Green-purple Lim we talked about earlier, and even purple-yellow Nico Robin, or even green-purple Luffy. You have a lot of different options for purple, but the best mono-purple deck in the game is probably Purple Doflamingo, or, I just thought about this, guys, where's Foxy at? I know people are probably yelling at me in the comment section right now. Where did I misplace Foxy? He has one of those weird leaders. Okay, here it is right here. I have Foxy under potential. He could be a very decent purple leader as well. Purple Yellow Croc is also another good call. Purple Kaido might be worth messing with Purple Black King, Purple Yellow Rosinante, and all of this red purple stuff right here. Purple's in an interesting place right now. I think it has fallen behind a little bit since its time in the sun when Blue Purple Luffy was really running away with the show, especially purple Straw Hat stuff with Gum Gum Giant. I think the game has caught up to purple, you know, Gum Gum Giant that level now. So yeah, it's hard to say. But either way, let me finish up talking about purple here. I think Purple Dofi is probably going to be your best bet going into OP14 if you just want to play mono purple. Now, moving over to black. Emu is still the go-to best deck in color for black. I think Crocodile and Blackbeard are also very, very good for your mono black decks. And then you also have some decent options as well with Gecko Moria and Lucci. They're just a little bit below all the other ones I just said, I think. I think that the top 3 best mono black decks in the game are Emu is number 1, and then Crocodile is right under that at like 1.5, and then maybe Blackbeard is in the 1.5 category as well. Like, if I were to give a tier list, I think Emu is S tier, and then Croc and Blackbeard are probably A tier or something around there. But you do have an option here. If you like the more controlling feel of games, you have actually all 3 of these decks, guys. I will say black is a very controlling color. It kind of always has been with the cost base, you know, the cost reduction and the removal built into it. Well, black doesn't have as much removal as it used to, but it still has ways of controlling the board. You know, it does have some removal in the case of Emu. It has ways to just shut down your opponent you know, with Blackbeard, and then Crocodile's doing all kinds of interesting, cool stuff. I can't wait to see what future support comes out for Black Crocodile. Okay, then moving over to yellow. Actually, one more thing I want to mention, guys. If you don't mind playing black with another color, you do have access to Red Black Sabo. Don't forget about that leader. Very solid leader right now. And then Black Yellow Koala as well. This is also a very, very strong leader, but probably is going to require quite a bit of mastering to make it work in the OP14 format. Okay, now let's finish up talking about the color yellow, or move on to the color yellow, I should say. A lot of options right now. Yellow has really catapulted forward, I have to say, as a color in the game. Yellow used to be the weakest by far, at least in my personal opinion. In like the past 3 sets, yellow has felt like the weakest color by far, where it's just, if you're playing yellow, it's almost like, what are you doing, right? Well, now things are changing. Going into EB03 and EB04, and probably even going into OP15, yellow looks very, very solid. And blue-yellow Boba is doing well over in the East right now. The leader seems very, very competitive. It has life gain. It has blockers. It has unblockable. It has bottom decking if you need to access red rock, if you want to build that into your deck. It has ways to mess up your opponent's hand with pudding. That's just part of the blue package, right? And with all the new life gain that yellow's getting, and it has ways to remove your opponent's life in the form of the leader effect. Yeah, blue-yellow boa, really good stuff here. Probably the best yellow deck in the game currently, or going into OP14, where we're going into, I think, this Friday at the time you're recording this. And then we're also going to have this new yellow leader, ST29 Egghead Luffy. It's a leader that I am really, really enjoying messing around with. I think I put out 2 videos in a week on this leader because I've just been enjoying it so much. It is such a fun leader to play. You're a 5,000 power, 6 life leader. That is a lot of life. And remember, guys, yellow, number 1 has life manipulation, and number 2 has life gain, and number 3 has tons of triggers. So you're kind of able to just do whatever you want to with that leader, and I think it's going to be a very competitive leader. Now, real quick, going into EB04 for us in April, when we get access to OP15 in April, that's where we get the second round of our EB04 cards, and then we get this brand new leader right here, Red Yellow Jory Bonnie. Absolutely beast mode, okay? Absolutely a beast mode leader, buffing up to 9,000 power frequently. Like, actively, pretty much always a 9,000 power leader on defense for about 4 or 5 turns in a row if they need to. Or maybe I should say like 2 to 4 times in a row is probably the average. But that's insane, guys. Trying to take down a 9,000 power leader. We've already experienced that with Black Yellow Luffy, right? We already know what that's like over here with Black Yellow Luffy. And this leader could do it much more frequently and has access to red and yellow instead of black and yellow. Yeah, I think this leader is probably going to be the future of the color yellow in the game. And then mixing in red as a strong complementary color, yeah, could be something very decent here with Red Yellow Jory Bonnie. We'll have to see. Okay, now everything else, I'm not going to talk about too much else, guys, because we kind of have already gone over all of it. I think if you're trying to be competitive in OP14 and moving forward, I think these are your options right here, especially in the red and orange tiers. These are probably your best bet. And I think all of them can do very well. There might be a few of these leaders that I, gave a little too much credit to, but guys, with the right pilot and with enough practice and with enough, just going at it, grinding enough, you probably can make any of these leaders work you see on this screen right here, all of them, even the ones behind my camera you can't really see. Right, there we go. I'll shrink my camera down super small for this part. I think any of these leaders could probably really make some waves. Now, as far as anything under that, you're really playing with fire here, and even, towards the bottom end of potential, it's probably going to be hard to make all of this work. But hey, who knows, guys? I'm the kind of person where I make these predictions, and I'm okay with being proved wrong. I'm not going to be upset if you prove me wrong. Guys, if someone figures out some super secret tech, and then all of a sudden Blue Ivankov is the best leader in the format, I'm not going to be upset about that, right? I don't take any, how do I say this? I don't take any of it personal. I love when people come up with a really interesting new deck that no one expects and can just run away with the format, run away with the meta. I'm a rogue deck builder myself, so of course that's what I try to push here on the channel. That's what I'm always telling people to try to do when they can. Okay, so let me get this on the screen here, guys. Let me get it nice and centered for everyone. This is kind of where I have everything. I'm going to shrink my camera down a little bit further. Now, remember, guys, I just want to stress one more thing. This is not S tier, A tier, B tier, or any of that, okay? This is just at the very top. Those are just the best cards that I predict in their colors, okay? And then directly under that, I don't really have the cards under that being that much worse. I think all of those leaders are very solid as well. And with the right pilot, you probably can beat any of those decks at the top. Okay, and then all these leaders down here in potential, again, if they start doing very well, I won't exactly be surprised, guys. I have to say, I won't really be surprised if any of the leaders I have in this potential category, or this potential tier, if they start doing very well. Okay, all right, I'm done, guys. Let me make my screen, or make my camera a little bit bigger. Be nice in the comment section below. Tell me what y'all thought down in the comment section below. I really want to hear your guys' opinions on what leaders do you think I got really wrong, or really right, or whatever. Just like I said, the only thing I ask is to please be respectful. These are just my early predictions going into OP14. I did base a lot of this off of like personal play testing and watching games from the East and checking the tier lists and stuff like that. So again, which of these leaders do you think I got right or wrong? You don't have to say all of them, but if there's like one that I really got wrong or whatever, please tell me in the comment section below. Just please keep it respectful. All right, I'm done. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And one more thing I want to say as well, guys, as we get to the outro page, if you guys have a compelling argument on any of these leaders, you know, please list it. You know, if I have it in the wrong tier because of such and such a reason you think, please tell me in the comment section below, because I have no problem admitting, like, yeah, you're probably right. That probably could go in this tier. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to share it down in the comment section below. All right, I'm done. Hope you all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Guys, if you're just liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing my stuff, you're helping me out big time. Or using my TCG player affiliate link, if you're donating through Patreon or PayPal, if you're a Playmat supporter, a YouTube member, or part of the Discord community, that's awesome. Yeah, I really appreciate that. It helps me out big time. All right, I'm done. Hope you all enjoyed. Until next time, peace.